What's up, friends? Happy Saturday. I am just resting and nourishing this weekend, just really taking care of myself. But I just wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about cannabis meditation. Surprising. So it's interesting because when I started balancing cannabis 2 years ago, I wanted to call it a cannabis ceremony because I knew that there's so much sacredness that happens in these experiences. But I was mindful that the word ceremony might be a deterrent or might not land with people, and I wanted to make this practice really approachable. So I chose to call it a cannabis meditation for the way that in hopes that it would be more appealing, I guess, to a lot of people that might not understand what a ceremony is and, how to approach that type of practice. And so but as I have evolved through my journey of healing and embodying and learning who I am and my medicine and how to share this with the world, the practice itself has evolved as well. And so now what I'm experiencing in these meditations is a full-blown plant medicine ceremony. And I say that because I want to be very mindful of sharing this practice in a way that is constantly in alignment to the source, to creator, but also that is in full alignment to integrity, right? And so I want to just give a little bit more information, a little bit more context, and just continue to create videos or whatever in order to support people as they come to this page. Maybe they're new, or maybe you've been watching for a little while and you're not ready to dive in, or maybe you are diving in and you're having some pretty intense experiences. I just want to create more conversation around what this practice is and what it's doing so that we can continue to evolve and grow as a community and as individuals on a journey of remembering, just to remember who you are. And so cannabis meditation usually facilitates some pretty predictable experiences for people. So I want to go through and kind of touch on those so that you have an understanding either of kind of where you are or what you can expect if you start to work with the plant in this way. So basically, sometimes you'll just lay there and your mind will just go. You'll just be so activated in the mind that you'll have a difficult time dropping in. That's pretty much the nervous system telling you that it doesn't feel safe. It's in an environment or an experience that it's unfamiliar with, and it wants to keep you safe by keeping its protective guard up, right? And that's a totally normal response, especially for first timers or new people to cannabis or new people to cannabis meditation, because of the sensations that you feel in your body maybe feel new or different in a way that you haven't ever experienced them before. And so the nervous system is like, hold up. What is this? We are not down. And so that's normal. Another example might be that you just drop into this yummy, blissful, peaceful, nourishing, like cuddle up, cozy goodness kind of meditation vibe where you're just sinking in and feeling all the goodness. And that's such a gift. So if you have that experience, just thank your creator for that one, because that's a good one. The next experience can be somewhat uncomfortable, to be honest, a little bit overwhelming, a little bit shocking in what you are feeling and the new awareness that you're gaining about what you haven't allowed yourself to feel in the past. So this is a part of the healing journey that sometimes is unpleasant because we have to look at the things about ourselves and our patterns and our behavior and our thought loops and our emotion states. We have to look at those really honestly and identify the ways that we are perpetuating our own suffering. And that sometimes is uncomfortable because you come face to face with yourself, face to face with your trauma, with your conditioning, with your human, messy, raw, vulnerable, kind of vibes, right? Such an important part of the practice, but yes, also slightly uncomfortable. Another experience that you might have is just a complete purge, right? And the purge, you can stop that from happening, which I don't recommend because that's just stuffing, holding it in. Don't allow it to come out. But sometimes this practice really just pushes out a lot of energy, and that might come through in the form of crying or yelling or laughing hysterically or sobbing, weeping, weeping and gnashing of teeth, if you will. Just like the body thrashing, the arms shaking, the body moving, all that stuff. This is just the body trying to get energy out. And so my recommendation and encouragement to you is just to allow that to happen. Just let it come out. no matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like, whatever noises the body needs to make, whatever movements the body needs to make, just surrender control of the body and allow it to do what it knows how to do, which is to heal itself. Another experience that you might have is a full-blown mystical, spiritual experience, a full-blown encounter with your higher self, with your spiritual self, and with the Creator. And those experiences are so mind-blowing. They're so life-changing. They're so earth-shattering in so many ways that it can feel a little bit like, what the fuck just happened? And that's a good thing. But at the same time, it can feel very overwhelming. And so when you have a type of experience, a mystical experience during cannabis meditation, oftentimes I have found that the Creator is so gentle and loving, even though the energy might be so profound and big, but it creates a new knowing. It creates a new lens upon which you will view not only yourself through, but through the world at a whole. And so these types of experiences, in the way that I have experienced them in my own body and have been present for others as they have had this experience for themselves, this is truly where miraculous healing comes into play. Because that type of energy, that type of experience, what that does to the neural network in the brain, what that does to recondition the nervous system in the body, and the way upon which that it evolves the ego, it evolves the human personality structure, because you begin to observe the world, the universe, from a new perspective. And this, to me, is truly the profound potential of cannabis meditation. Is there's an opportunity present for you to have an encounter with your Creator. That's big shit right there. But at the same time, I want to be very mindful, intelligent, and responsible in stewarding this practice for people, so that A, you know what you're signing up for. You know what you're stepping into. When I hold cannabis meditations on Monday night, it is a sacred and spiritual container. I use language that perhaps might trigger some people that are resistant or closed or hesitant to approach spirituality. I use the word God. I help people to change their perception and their reflection of this entity that cannot be described in words, yet here we are as humans trying to shove it into a box, trying to understand it. We all have a religious conditioning. Even if you weren't raised in the church, if you are in American culture, then you have an element of religious conditioning in your mind, in your brain. And this practice truly helps you dismantle what you have been told to believe, so that you can start to identify in truth what you actually resonate with. It's not about believing with the brain in an entity outside of yourself. It is an experience in the body of knowing the Creator, of knowing the energy of love, of knowing the energy of God. And so my cannabis meditations are a deeply spiritual practice for me and for those that come to sit in this space with me. You don't always have to do it that way, but if you're going to enter into the sacred container that I hold, you can anticipate that there will be some deep spiritual experiences that are going to be occurring in that space. So that might freak people out. And I know that. And there's a part of me, I think, that was hesitant to share that because of that. I know that there's so much out there that we are trying to dismantle and trying to uncover about our conditioning and about the truth of reality. And honestly, it's such a personal journey. It's so sacred to you that others can perhaps show you a modality or a mechanism or a way for you to explore these things. Plant medicines, not only cannabis, but psilocybin, ayahuasca, these other big plants, they're all leveraging this knowing of something beyond yourself, something greater than yourself. And ultimately, that's what cannabis meditations are doing. It is showing you both the raw, messy, vulnerable, habitual, patterned, conditioned human ego, And it's also showing you simultaneously the abundant power of love and compassion and overwhelming grace that lives within your body. And when you can see both of those elements of your being equally laid out right before you, here's the human and here's the spirit, then all of a sudden, when you talk about authentically integrating those two things, it becomes a more natural state of being because you can hold the duality. You don't have to kill your ego. You just have to heal the ego, the conditioned mind, so that the conditioned mind is in servitude to the spirit, so that you can live your life on this earth, on this plane, in a physical human body with a personality, with preferences and opinions and judgments and conditioned separation. You can live in this plane, but you can embody as the spiritual nature of your being. You are the energy of love. I'll say that 1,000 times. You are. That's what you are. The energy of love, it moves through your being. It animates who you are. It is your connection point to the source within you. Cannabis meditation could just be a little fun way to lay down and smoke some weed and feel some good feels and woo, just like vibe out, right? Totally. It can totally be a way that you can liberate stuck energy of shame and trauma and conditioning and emotional baggage and bullshit out of your body and purge and shake and weep and cry and do all that. You can also have a full-blown mystical experience encounter with the Creator that will leave you in awe, leave you just mesmerized and weeping at the beauty of all of it. And I hope that as you continue to approach this practice, you will have all of these different experiences, because this is the nature of being a human. This is the nature of the healing journey, is to honor and identify every element of your being, every aspect of who you are, the mind, the body, the emotions, the energy, and the spirit. And once you really start to learn all of these different aspects of your being, that is authentic integration. That is true embodiment, when you are so in love with the human and you're so in love with the spirit, and you are living your life with an open heart from your own space of sacred truth. When you are following a prompting on your heart that maybe doesn't make sense to any other human being around you, but there is a knowing in your being that you cannot ignore. That is the spirit. So I hope that you are intrigued to come to cannabis meditation. I hope that even if you carry resistance or conditioning or fear or anger or what's the word I'm thinking of? Just like ambivalence, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. Just like apathy, right? Apathy for the Creator. If you carry any of that, I hope that you'll still come. I hope that you'll use cannabis meditation as an opportunity for you to truly break down what you have been told to believe about this entity, this Creator, this source, God. I hope that you will have the courage to see yourself in your truth, both in the human and in the spirit. So, cannabis meditation is a plant medicine ceremony. It is an opportunity for you to truly heal and truly embody, if you so choose that. And if you don't choose it, then it's just a really fun way to spend a Monday night hanging out with a bunch of cool people. And so that's the beauty of all of it. So anyways, at the end of the day, I want to serve those that are in this community. I want to support you as you use cannabis meditation to heal yourself and to know your Creator. So as I continue to create more things, more content, more experiences, more opportunities to work with me and to learn more about what it is that I'm sharing, I hope that you'll lean in. My community here is amazing. The people that are coming around this, that are doing this work, are having profound results, transformation, and growth in such short periods of time. Cannabis meditation, it works if you desire to go on a journey to know thyself, for sure. If you ever feel like you need support after a cannabis meditation, if there's something that occurs in one of these experiences that you are overwhelmed by, I'm here for you. Absolutely, I am here for you. I will support you in your integration. I will connect you to other healers that are in my network. I will do literally whatever it is that you need in order to help you restabilize and to reorientate yourself towards your embodiment. Because ultimately, these experiences, like other plant medicine experiences, that if you don't have the tools to integrate them, then they're not serving you. And so I desire for this platform, and what's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, is a way to support more authentic integration so that you have tools, you have context, you have more guided meditations, you have more information, journaling prompts, embodiment exercises, anything that you need in order to support you on your healing journey, on your journey to embodiment, on your journey to remembering what you already are. You don't have to do anything to become your higher self. You don't have to do anything to live in flow state. You just have to remember who you are. Who you are is the energy of love shoved inside a tiny human body, living life on this plane with a lot of conditioning, a lot of trauma, whether it's yours or it's generational or it's just human. We all have it. And so the opportunity that we have been given is to be free of it. So I deeply love you. I deeply, authentically love every single human being that shows up to this practice, that shows up to this work. And I hope if you're new that you will feel encouraged to come and join us. Join us on a Monday night. Tap into the sacred potential of cannabis and find yourself. I love you. Mwah. Don't forget.